You know that feeling when you check your bank account at the end of the month and your stomach just drops? You made decent money. You really did. But somehow, some way, it's just gone. And you're sitting there trying to figure out where it all went, and you can't even pinpoint it. That's not a money problem. That's a system problem. And today, that changes. Let me tell you something that most people will never figure out on their own. Saving money has almost nothing to do with willpower. It has nothing to do with how disciplined you are or how good you are with numbers. The people who save consistently, who actually build real financial cushion in their lives, they're not gritting their teeth and white-knuckling their way through every purchase. They've built a different kind of relationship with money altogether. And by the time this video is done, you're going to understand exactly how to do the same thing. Before we go deeper, there are related programs linked down in the video description below. If you're someone who already understands the basics but keeps falling back into the same patterns, those resources were built for exactly that situation. Most people scroll past things like that. Most people stay stuck. Don't be most people. Now let's talk about what's really happening when you feel like you can't save. Picture this. It's a Tuesday afternoon. Nothing crazy happened. You didn't go on a shopping spree. You didn't make any wild decisions. But by the time the week is over, 60, 70, maybe $100 just evaporated. A coffee here, a convenience meal there, a subscription you forgot about, an impulse buy that felt so justified in the moment. And here's the part that really stings. You felt deprived the whole time. You felt like you were barely living. And yet you still ended the month with nothing to show for it. That's the trap. That's the cycle that millions of people are stuck inside of right now. They deprive themselves of the things they love, feel miserable, then snap and overspend to compensate. Then the guilt hits. Then the deprivation starts again. It's exhausting, it's demoralizing, and it keeps repeating because nobody ever addressed the root cause. The root cause is not your spending. The root cause is the feeling attached to your spending. Here's where real transformation starts. Research consistently shows that when people feel emotionally connected to a financial goal, they are dramatically more likely to follow through on saving habits. We're talking about a complete shift in behavior, not because of rules or restrictions, but because of meaning. The moment saving feels like gaining something rather than losing something, everything changes. So let's build that shift right now, one layer at a time. Step 1. Give your savings a face. Not a number, a face, a feeling, a future moment so vivid you can almost smell it. Maybe it's the moment you hand your landlord your last rent check and never have to again because you own your home outright. Maybe it's the feeling of waking up and knowing that if something unexpected hit you today, you'd be okay. You wouldn't spiral, you wouldn't panic, you'd handle it. Maybe it's the version of your life where you're not choosing between your health and your bills. Every dollar you save is a vote for that future. Every single one. When saving feels like that, it stops feeling like punishment. People who build this kind of emotional anchor to their financial goals save an average of 2 to 3 times more than those who are just trying to hit a number. That's not a small difference. That's a completely different financial outcome over the course of 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. Step 2. Shrink the gap between now and the reward. One of the biggest psychological reasons people fail to save is that the reward feels so far away it doesn't feel real. Neuroscience has confirmed that our brains are hardwired to prioritize immediate reward over future reward. That's not weakness, that's biology. So you have to make the reward feel closer. Break your big goal into micro wins. If your goal is to save $3,000, your first celebration point is $300. That's 10% of the way there. When you hit it, you acknowledge it, you feel it, you let yourself be proud of it. This creates a dopamine response that makes the next milestone feel achievable. This is exactly how high performers in every field maintain momentum. Small wins compound into massive results. Step 3. Find the leaks without judgment. Sit down with your last 30 days of transactions and just observe. Don't criticize yourself. Don't spiral into guilt. Just look at it the way a doctor looks at an X-ray. Curious, calm, clinical. You will find patterns. Patterns you didn't even know existed. Maybe it's the afternoon energy slump that always leads to a drive-through. Maybe it's the emotional spending that happens after a stressful day. Maybe it's the auto-pay subscriptions you haven't touched in months. Once you see the pattern, you can address the pattern. Not with deprivation, but with substitution. Substitution is the key word here, not elimination. Substitution. You don't remove the emotional need. You meet it in a less expensive way. The drive-through craving is about comfort. The subscription is about entertainment. Find a way to meet that same need for a fraction of the cost or for free. Your savings rate goes up. Your quality of life stays intact. That's not sacrifice. That's strategy. Step 4. Automate before you can talk yourself out of it. This is where the science is absolutely clear. The single most effective financial behavior change anyone can make is automation. When you manually decide to save each month, your brain has to fight itself every single time. But when the transfer happens automatically before you ever touch the money, there's no decision to make. There's no willpower required. Studies have shown that people who automate their savings save on average 40% more than those who do it manually. 40% on the same income with the same expenses, just because of when and how the money moves. Set it up so that a specific amount moves to a separate savings account the same day your income arrives, even if it's a small amount to start. $20, $50. The amount matters far less than the habit, because habits compound, behaviors compound, and over time, what started as $20 a week becomes a financial foundation you never thought was possible for someone in your situation. Step 5. Reframe the story you tell yourself about money. This is the deepest layer, and it's the one most people never reach. Most people carry a subconscious story about money that they absorbed before they were even old enough to question it. Statements like money is hard to keep, or people like me don't get ahead, or saving is for people who have more than I do. These stories run silently in the background and they shape every financial decision you make. Recognizing the story is the first act of changing it. Replace it deliberately, intentionally, with evidence. Every time you save something, no matter how small, you are rewriting that story in real time. You are proving to yourself that you are someone who builds, someone who grows, someone who shows up for their future self. That identity shift is worth more than any budget spreadsheet ever created. Now here's what I want you to really sit with. The cost of staying in the old pattern is not just financial. It's the stress that follows you into your sleep. It's the tension it creates in your relationships. It's the version of yourself you never get to meet because you stayed stuck. People who get serious about their financial habits report not just more money, but more confidence, more peace, and more joy in their everyday life. The return on this investment is not just in dollars, it's in the quality of every single day you live. The programs linked in the video description below exist for the person who is done watching and ready to start doing. If something in this video resonated with you, that feeling is telling you something important. Don't ignore it. Don't wait until next month or next year. The people who take action when the feeling is fresh are the ones who actually see results. Everything you need to take the next step is right below this video. Go there now.